Have you thought about Brendan? I think he's quite hunky.
Define hunk, Marion.
Well,
I don't think anyone's been hunky since about 1965.
Brendan's gay. I don't think that's necessarily a problem.
Oh, it's ideal, Mum.
Look, I'm just saying it would be healthy for you to be emotionally involved with someone.
Emotionally involved?
No,
Are we in Pride and Prejudice now?
It would be good to develop a bond.
I don't need a bond
Look, you
with
didn't
anyone.
even give Luke a chance.
Jesus, Marion, the hairdresser? Have you gone completely mad? You know I can't stand a man who wears Ugg boots.
I thought they looked quite cosy.
Cosy?
Cheese.
Anna doesn't need cosy. She needs a man with arms chiselled out of granite that can chuck her across the bedroom. It's what all women want. A monosyllabic lumberjack with an artistic streak.
All right, so let me start officially since all that is edited out of the... And I'm Adam. I should have introduced myself. And so the nature of this conversation around a new film, it's called Adult Life Skills, some of which I lack myself. But so I was hoping for more of a kind of a tutorial, but I still lack some of these basic skills, social skills. And it's a comedy. It's a British comedy, I suppose we could say, starring Jodie Whittaker as the character's name again.
She's called Anna.
I know. I don't need you to tell me. I saw the movie. No, it's called. Her name is Anna in the film, and you're very, very funny and charming in the movie.
Thank you very much. Down to the writer.
And it co-stars Rachel Deering here.
I play her friend Fiona.
Fiona, who's her id, or I don't know. You know, it's always kind of right. The sort of more the volatile one, I suppose you could say.
Yeah,
and today
volatile, I like that.
the fun one. Although
Fun,
she's fun too, but she
pretty,
lives in a shed.
Attractive,
You
glamorous.
As we can see, and you don't live in a shed.
I don't live in a shed.
Hold it closer.
I don't live in a shed.
Thank you. And finally,
Hello,
Rachel.
Hiya.
And you are the writer of the film.
I am the writer
The screenwriter.
and director, yeah.
And director, excuse me. And director.
And editor, yeah.
Also mentioned to me, because I'm always like, I watched that Ricky Gervais show that we got here on HBO. I think it was on HBO. Where one of your actors was...
Derek.
Derek is in it.
Yeah, Brett's in Derek.
Yeah, he's in Derek. That's right. That's what it was. And he's very good in that as well.
Yeah,
but
he's
okay,
really
enough
funny.
of him. He's not here.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm nervous. All these
All
women.
the women in the room.
I know.
I know, it's because we've had our makeup done for the radio.
Is it
And there's not one.
is it warm in here? Or I'm kidding around. I did actually rush over here, so that could be part of it. So what we'll do, we'll talk about a little bit about the film. It's playing at Tribeca Film Festival, first of all. This is a world premiere here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we've got another festival, which I'm not allowed to talk about. And then...
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about it. And then, but basically then it's released theatrically in the UK pretty soon, so we're not doing a huge amount of festival stuff.
Okay. And did how did this idea come to you? This
No,
idea?
don't ask
There's
me
a-
that, because
okay.
I don't know.
That's
It's
true.
one of those things...
To heck with it.
I'm going to let Rachel tell you.
Okay.
I can remember Rachel. So Rachel and I went to university together,
Oh, you did?
like film school.
Okay.
And
Where was this, by the way?
This is in Bristol,
Okay.
in England. And Rachel was a straight A student. She got a first class degree. Did you? I got a 2-1. Yeah, she was one of the very few. But she always said, one day I'm going to write you a film. And that was when we were 18. Now we're just a little bit older than that. And she wrote us a film. And it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't 18. I was 21. You used to call me Grandma Rach.
Oh, so you were a couple of years ahead?
Yeah.
Oh, but you were still there at the same time at the film
Yeah,
school
because
in
I had
Bristol.
sort of like 2 gap years where I didn't do anything exciting. I went to sort of
Oh, I
Scotland
see.
and worked in the army.
Well, that worked out because they won.
I
right?
worked as a cleaner in the army. Wow. Genuinely. My mum wrote me a letter and was like, well, do you think you might think about going to university? Like, what are you doing? Are you going to... Properly, the letter says, please don't live under a bridge with a dog on a piece of string.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No, that's a different festival altogether. You wouldn't be at the Tribeca, I can tell you right now. Where does the Adult Life Skills, which we'll get to, well, we'll ask Jodie maybe to describe the synopsis, because I'll. All right, then I'll start it. You can jump in. Where does it take place? in England? Where does
It's in Yorkshire, sort of non-specific
Yeah.
area of
Oh,
Yorkshire,
okay.
but somewhere up north, basically. Yeah.
north of the Lake District,
No.
or is it south of the Lake District? Oh, that's pretty far north. Now that I think about it, right? Yeah, south of Manchester.
Sorry, you've got
Yeah.
we're up across and up from Manchester.
This is fantastic.
So,
I love it.
but it's Yorkshire. We're all from various areas in Yorkshire. But me and Rachel Deering have been best friends since we were 3, and so I met Rachel Tunnard when I was not at university. I was messing about on 2 gap years as well. So I was visiting at weekends, hanging out in Bristol, and so that's where me and Tunnard met.
I see.
And because Rachel's career came up through editing, and was an editor for how many years? Like 10, 12 years. So our paths crossed anyway because I've been acting for the last 12 years. So we became friends outside of your two's relationship as well, and so hence us as a trio, and this film essentially being possibly for all 3 of us one of the most personal projects we'll ever work on. Just everything about it is it's Rachel's head and it's Rachel's thumb world that she's created, but it has the energy of our real friendship, and
Understand, right?
And there's no acting required to laugh at what Rachel Deering says. It takes. I was probably not meant to laugh in half the scenes, but I just couldn't stop laughing at her because she does that to me every day anyway. So everything that was captured felt incredibly spontaneous and authentic because we were just 3 best mates hanging out making a film. It was cold and it was wet,
Well,
and it was
England.
hard.
Damn.
But that's what we feel so passionate about is that comes across. When
Sure, right.
there's nothing forced about any of these friendships or relationships in the piece.
There's a very breezy effortlessness kind of feel to the film, which is really refreshing and nice. When I was watching it, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. I sort of chose it almost arbitrarily without really knowing much about it when I saw the press screening.
Yeah,
But I really enjoyed it.
good.
Hence my
Good answer.
being here. But you play a young woman who has had a loss. We could say, right? It's not a what? Tell me, it's not. It's at the beginning, for God's sake. We know that she's lost her brother.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Because we keep, in a weird way, we're slightly being told. I think it's because it's a comedy,
Maybe.
and the word
Okay.
grief and death is
Oh,
a
it's
bit.
a death knell.
It's just I think it
Somebody should tell
confuses
that
the
to Ricky
tone. Whereas
Gervais.
I think it's like
Yeah.
in every situation of life there is, even in the worst, there is laughter, and
Sure.
this. But for me, the piece is essentially, Anna's at the cusp of turning 30. She's retreated into a world that was very much hers and her brother's now no longer, and of this physical world. And so, but he absolutely remains in her expression, in her head, in her vision, in everything, because they were twins. And so, but for the family, for the mum and the gran, who are grieving just as much, it's a frustrating arrested development on my part, because I won't move on. In fact, not even move on. I'll retreat and keep going backwards. Whereas the fantastic bit about it is just the kind of rallying round of everyone to try and get her to be present in the world and to live and to move forward and to develop some more skills in life. And that's done beautifully by the pair, by Lorraine and Eileen playing, the mum and the nan. This wonderful little boy, Ozzy Myers, is amazing. Not an actor. He's 7 years old.
Well, he is
the most
now.
beautiful boy to work opposite. He is oozing charm, and his eyes is so magical to work, because it's quite a dark storyline. He's for him, he's losing his mum's. He's losing his mum.
Yeah. Oh, she's also right.
Yeah, but he
The D word.
his approach to that for a 7-year-old boy, that's a pretty
Sure.
It
I
kind
tried
of
to get him on the
encapsulate-
podcast, and then he said he's not available. That's when I went with you 3.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well,
C-lists over here who've got massively blow-dried hair for no reason on the radio. Gutted. It's taken 2 hours to do
we
all
can
this.
move this to video in a heartbeat. Don't tempt me.
Yeah, so it's just it's just an exploration of a world.
It is, yeah.
A world that
Right.
is in someone's head, and it's trying to be penetrated by other people, and she restricts it, and the beauty of the film is that no one gives up on her as well.
Rachel.
The the twin loss is a very specific form of grief. I don't know if people sort of know too much about it, but it often sort of manifests itself in a massive identity crisis, and twins experience their lost twin in a sort of real life situation, or they still feel like they see them and interact with them. And so when we were writing,
the phantom leg almost syndrome in a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a little bit
but it's quite a different sort of grief to the kind of parental grief and stuff like that. And so it felt like quite a natural fit in terms of like an identity crisis. And
because twins
Rachel,
say, don't they? Twins who are alive. Sorry, that sounds awful. Yeah. But twins, twins who are in labour sometimes say the other twin experiences the same feelings and stuff. So I guess then if that person is gone, it probably is a physical loss that you feel like part of you is missing. Yeah, absolutely.
We should move away from the grief though, because that doesn't fit with the positioning of the film. We're going to get told off.
All right, okay.
This is called Death Comedies, the name of this podcast.
Do you know when
I
was
have 4
writing
listeners.
it?
I have 4 listeners until my mom passes, and then I've got 3. And it's not a good...
When I was writing it, I said, I'm
It's a
writing
shame.
a comedy about grief. And when I was pitching it to the funders in the UK, and they all just sort of went, no, nobody's going to watch it.
Well, I just saw actually...
like,
I don't know. I have to take a little exception because yesterday I went to a film called Youth in Oregon as opposed to Youth in Asia. And it really was a play on the title. I'm not sure, but it was with Frank Langella, so I guess if you have him in your film, you can make it about death. But the whole film was about death. I mean, the entire movie.
Yeah.
So it was a comedy.
Yeah, great.
So there you are. You're in
We're
good
in
company.
good company, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. You didn't feel morbid on the set. I'm sure you guys had a lot of
Well,
laughs.
because
and
we're all friends. I mean, I think, like,
Mm-hmm.
we're friends, but also the Brett who plays Brendan is our friend. He's here as well, somewhere, just wandering around New York at the moment. And he's
Which
in the
guy
gym.
is this? Which one?
Brendan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
Oh, okay.
here
Very
as well.
good.
And Ed, who's also the snorkeler, and Lorraine, and everyone. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Ed is one of my oldest friends. I'd worked with my brother's in it. Rachel's dad's in it.
It's a family affair.
My niece,
most literally.
my, your family. Yeah, all that. It's a real collaboration of roping people in to do things for us. But it came about initially. Rachel had always got the feature, but the way the financing worked, we keep calling it a pilot over here, but people are presuming we mean a pilot for TV, and that's not what we mean.
Oh.
But we made a short film. I say we.
Right.
Rachel made a short film version of it.
Understood. That's typical
for
feature.
for the financiers and for everyone to go, yeah, we want to finance this feature, but you've never directed anything before. Let's see what you can do.
So it's especially helpful to you to have a short.
Yeah, which was then BAFTA nominated. It was.
It's fantastic.
I know.
Yeah.
And
That helps a little.
Yeah. Yeah, straight A's.
What?
Told you she was good.
Yeah.
But so that happened, but in that was it was a kind of in a weird way. It's more of an essence of the film rather than a literal take of scenes out of the film. But that came about with. Ed's one of my oldest friends. He's an actor. He's been in films at Tribeca before and stuff. And Lorraine Ashbourne, who plays my mum, I've worked with her husband, and so I'd met her socially.
Is she like a stage actress there?
She's she's a huge actress for us. She's television, stage, film.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
one of those workaday
amazing.
character actors. That's been
in
around
everything. She's amazing. So I'd worked with her husband and Andy Serkis, and so I got in touch with her because I'd met her socially. She read it and was like, absolutely, because it was like 3 days in Derbyshire to shoot the short, and our friend who's a really good makeup designer came and designed. It was all that, and then so the feature then in a weird way was a kind of it transitioned then from okay, we've asked all these people to be involved in this. We can definitely do that for the feature, and that's how it worked. And every single person really was a friend of a friend, someone we felt safe with, and someone we knew would come with absolutely the right energy, which was to have. Can I swear?
Oh, please do.
To have a fucking good laugh, to look after each other because it was cold and wet, and to just. See us all through because it's debuts in so many ways. There's a lot of debuts in this, and so we just for Ozzy, for you, there's so many first times for everybody in it. We just wanted a family, and so we basically roped our family into it.
That's great. You got it into Tribeca Film Festival. It's pretty neat.
Yeah,
for
we're
first feature.
delighted. I've actually never been to New York before. So
You haven't?
So this is my first
Well, you're
time.
a young lady, so you have plenty of time
Thanks very
to
much.
travel.
Cheers.
To travel.
Cheers,
I actually been to England many, many times, but my last trip was a long time ago. But for a while there, I was going pretty frequently, and I traveled all over the UK. It's nice to see also, personally, a British film somewhere other than where we're used to. London or a couple of the other... Period drama, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Still, it's a comedy. Let's just make that clear. It's despite some of its seemingly intense subject matter. Where
Watch
this is
the
just,
trailer.
Yeah,
It's very obvious that it's
yeah.
a comedy.
right.
Else we've got the drama completely misjudged. We've done it completely wrong. It was supposed to be serious.
Well, what did the Brits know about comedy? I mean, for Pete's sake. Oh, right. You guys invented it. That's right. I forgot. While you're here, do you have time to do anything else in New York? Are you all booked to the gills?
It's a bit of a whirlwind trip.
I bet it is. Yeah.
Jodie and I go back tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yesterday
That's not fair.
lunchtime.
That doesn't seem right.
I know.
But yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to do it all. Do it all. Empire State Building.
Don't go there. Press all the buttons. Oh.
Eat chewing gum on the streets. Go in those, revolving doors. We've got it all planned.
Basically recreate Elf.
I see it in the middle.
Elf
right.
in April.
You came on a very warm period of. It's not typically this.
We didn't
warm.
pack any clothes for this weather.
Well, you're only here one
know.
night, so it's not like you need a lot.
I know. We might have to go shopping tomorrow.
That's the New York thing to do.
Yeah.
I think there
Pretty
you go.
woman style. Is that set in New York?
Did you have it? No, it is.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Damn wrong. Wrong.
Edit that, please.
Well, there is the LA Film Festival. You could try to get into the LA Film Festival now that you're, and then have your.
And
Beverly
then I
Hills.
can be Pretty Woman.
I won an award at the LA Film Festival and I didn't get to go.
Why?
Well, that's a bit close to my face. I won an editing award there in like 2008 or something.
Why didn't you go?
Nobody paid for me and I was skint.
Oh, I've been. It was fun.
Actually, I can't remember what it was. It was LAHD Fest or whatever that is. I
Oh.
don't even know what that is.
Well, I'm sure.
Not quite the same thing.
well,
maybe.
Is the LA one at the ArcLight?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Film Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in June.
Yeah, I
Beginning of June. It's been well, the name again of the film is Adult Life Skills. Oh, adult?
Adult.
Adult.
You say
That's
adult.
adult.
Sounds a lot better.
I don't know. There's some things that you guys pronounce also that sound better from my perspective. So, what? What's that?
Bottle.
A bottle. That's right. Bollocks. I was thinking. Since we've established we can curse on the, yeah, we can swear.
One though, because you guys take it wrong.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I can't.
No,
I've
she
been
really,
told.
really can't.
I won't say it, but I get told whenever
bleep it
we've
out.
come over for press, like I did the TCAs a few years ago, and
This is
They-
press.
no, they say when I've come out here to do press junkets before, and they've just said, I was like, can we swear? Like, try not to swear, and definitely don't say the word that the Brits say that we find really offensive. I was like, okay.
Oh. Does it begin
ya?
with this?
It does.
Okay, got it. I understand.
Yeah.
Right. I can't, and as much as you can't use it, I can't even use it more. But I do like the way it sounds.
Fanny here is your bum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's a line about Fanny in the film.
Oh yeah. It's,
Know that.
see,
I
but
was
when
thinking-
when British women say fanny, it's cute.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know,
boom.
Fanny's different in England, so you can get some really funny.
Oh,
getting
right.
it
Oh,
wrong.
that's right.
Because
I forgot about that. I completely. That's
we
right.
know someone
This
who
is-
got it wrong, and it was funny. I won't say any more.
You have
yeah.
to.
Fanny.
That's
Fanny's
right.
a different place.
So this is segued so low
I
below
remember
bar.
now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, we've
You
we've.
can edit it.
I wouldn't touch it at all. I think this is great. Let me just remind people, though, if you're in New York City, come to the Tribeca Film Festival and see Adult Life Skills. It's directed by Rachel Tunnard. It stars Jodie Whittaker and Rachel Deering and others.
Yeah, it's up for the Audience Award.
For an audience award. So
Yes.
it's definitely, you should definitely tear a 5. Tear
Is
the.
it? It's up for the Nora Ephron Award. That's very,
Oh.
very exciting.
That must be exciting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost a shoo-in for the Nora Ephron
So
Award.
English. We won't win it.
Is that an American or an English expression?
Shoo-in? I'll say it's an American expression. For
You're
it,
going to
since
come
I
back
don't
after
have it.
2 days of being here with an American accent. I can tell.
We have to exchange, what do you call them? The expressions, the
Colloquialism.
colloquialisms. Thank you.
How
That's
do you
right.
say it?
Colloquialism.
Yeah.
Those. Thank you, ladies, very much.
No worries.
Really.
Hope I didn't offend.
Oh, I hope you did.